गुड मॉर्निंग पाकिस्तान।
गुड मॉर्निंग।
कायनात एक्सपेरिमेंटल फार्माकोलॉजी कर ले, आज तूने ही सुनाना है।
व्हाट द हेल, मैं अपना याद कर रही हूँ बैठ के। मेरा अपना टेस्ट है।
किस चीज का?
तेरा कौन सा टेस्ट है?
मेरा टेस्ट मेरे अपने साथ है।
नहीं, उसके साथ वो जो साहिवाल वाली शायद है ना।
नहीं नहीं, उसके साथ मेरा कोई राब्ता नहीं।
क्यों?
क्योंकि पहले हमने डिसाइड किया कि हम पहले अपना किताब में खत्म कर लें, फिर हम यूएसएमएल की तैयारी करेंगे, क्योंकि यूएसएमएल बहुत मुश्किल है, हमारी औकात से बाहर है, तो हम लोग नहीं दे सकते।
अच्छा, फिर कैसे तैयारी हो रही है?
नहीं, मैं तो खुद से पढ़ी हूँ ना। फार्मा का ही पढ़ी थी, फर्स्ट चैप्टर याद कर रही हूँ, मुश्किल लगता था।
फार्मा, माइक्रो और हिस्टो अब तो एनाटॉमी नहीं पढ़ती।
नहीं, मैं बस
कायनात पैथो कर ली है।
मेरे पैथो के कितने चैप्टर हो गए हैं? चौथा चल रहा है।
वही 2 से शुरू किए थे पैथो वाले?
नहीं, मैंने 1 से शुरू किया था।
अच्छा,
लेकिन यही है कि सारा भूल रहा है पीछे से।
मसला ही खत्म।
अब फिर डॉक्टर मुजीब के लेक्चर लेने पड़ेंगे, खुद ऐसे नहीं हो रहा यार, मजबूरी बन।
और यूनिवर्सिटी का क्या सोचा है?
आप कौन? यूनिवर्सिटी कौन सी?
कुछ नहीं। आज सुबह सुबह सारी बड़ी एक्टिव बैठी हुई हैं। अभी मैम आपके आके निकालेंगे एक्टिवनेस।
कायनात पैथोफिजियो और पैथो एनाटॉमी के चैप्टर्स के पता है कि कौन कौन से हैं? शुरू से तो मतलब नहीं होने, अंदर अंदर से होने हैं।
पता है।
कौन कौन से हैं?
मुझे पैथोफिजियो का नहीं पता, क्योंकि जो पैथोफिजियोलॉजी है ना, वो ना कोई फजूल अपनी बातें पढ़ा रहे हैं। हमारी बेसिकली अपनी पैथो एनाटॉमी रॉबिन्स पढ़नी है, और वो पैथो एनाटॉमी सारी रॉबिन्स से ही पढ़ा रहे हैं। तो
शुरू से
भी
पढ़ा रहे
रॉबिन से ही है,
मतलब सेकंड चैप्टर से ऑनवर्ड।
हाँ, पैथो एनाटॉमी का ना इस सब नियोप्लेसिया पे पहुंची हुई है, मतलब कि 3 4 5 छठे चैप्टर पर पहुंची हुई है।
अच्छा, सही।
बाकी जो है ना पैथोफिजियो, उसमें रिएक्टिविटी आ रही है और वो सब कुछ, अगर वो हम लोग अपनी पीछे फिजियो की बुक उठा के भी कुछ पढ़ लेंगे ना, तो हमें वही मतलब तब भी आ जाएगा। और उसमें बहुत
हाँ,
सी
मतलब
चीजें
अगर प्रैक्टिस क्लासेस में जो मैम पढ़ा रही हैं वो भी कर लो तो कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा। पैथोफिजियो
पैथोजेनेसिस और एटियोलॉजी और रिएक्टिविटी, ये सब चीजें फजूल है, हमारी काम की नहीं है, अभी पढ़ के टाइम वेस्ट करना है।
अच्छा हफ्सा, ये एक्सपेरिमेंट वाला भेज दे जल्दी जल्दी, अगर तेरे पास है स्लाइड तो।
मेरे पास होती तो मैंने तुम लोगों से पूछना था।
फिर अब कायनात कुछ बोली है, क्या बोला है इसमें?
हफ्सा, आज तो तुमने सुबह से शोर ही नहीं किया कोई कि प्रैक्टिस क्लास है या नहीं, तो फिर मुझे लगा आज है ही नहीं कोई प्रैक्टिस क्लास।
नहीं, वो तो सो जा दोबारा, अभी मैडम आ रही हैं।
मैं
नहीं,
इतनी ज्यादा
पहले हफ्सा कहते हैं कि स्लाइड्स भेजो, रुमाना अब्दुल्ला से मांगो, ये वो, पता गलत है, प्रैक्टिस क्लास है।
इसको इस चीज की स्लाइड्स होती हैं सारी, मैम ग्रुप में भेज देती हैं। तैयबा, कुछ होश में आओ।
अच्छा, आई हुई है।
हाँ जी।
हफ्सा, तूने बदतमीज पहले क्यों नहीं बताया?
हाँ।
तो तुम लोगों को नहीं पता था?
नहीं,
वैसे भी थोड़ी सी हैं, हम नकल करके सुनाना है, सुना देंगे।
ये जो लास्ट टाइम भेजी थी मैम ने?
हाँ, जो एंड पे आई हुई हैं वही हैं।
जो रशियन में लिखा हुआ है?
पता नहीं।
टॉपिकल डोजेज फॉर्म्स, ये वाला करना है।
हाँ, सॉफ्ट डोजेज फॉर्म वाली स्लाइड्स जो हैं।
चलो ठीक, पता चले अब मैडम सुने ना।
मैं इतनी ज्यादा स्किप कर चुकी हूँ कि मुझे टेंशन बढ़ गई है कि क्या मेरी अटेंडेंस भी पूरी होगी, क्या मुझसे पेपर भी ज्यादा होंगे।
हाँ, ये सिर्फ मैम गुलजान की प्रैक्टिस क्लास टफ है, बाकी तो सही हो जाती है।
बाकियों को तो निकाल लेता है बंदा,
बाकी में नकल लग जाती है।
मैम को चार्जिंग भी नहीं थी मोबाइल की।
क्या हुआ?
मोबाइल की चार्जिंग की 20% है।
किसके साथ साथ लगा ले। बरिया तुम्हारी तबीयत कैसी है अब?
ये इतनी ज्यादा बदतमीज है। और तैयबा, इससे मैंने पूछा, मुझे ड्रामा बता दे, इसने मुझे बता दिया। अब मुझे इसका पड़ गया।
कौन सा?
फिर बदतमीज हुआ है कि तू?
तो तू ना पूछती। हाँ
बताती।
बरिया तुम्हारी तबीयत कैसी है?
अब ठीक है, तुम बताओ।
मैं ठीक अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
देखो, नाजुक लड़की आई है, आवाज से ही पता चल गया।
उसकी अब तबीयत वाकई ठीक लग रही। उस दिन तो बिल्कुल आवाज चेंज थी। बरिया तुम जा रही हो वो क्लासेस लेने?
नहीं नहीं, मैंने सोचा मैं नहीं लूंगी, सिर्फ 2 घंटे दे रहे हैं, 2 घंटे में क्या होगा, तो खुद ही पढ़ लूंगी।
नहीं
पहले
समझ आ रही है।
तुम एंट्री टेस्ट वाले हालात कर रही हो, 2 घंटे की क्लास के लिए 30,000 रुपया दे रही हो। फिर मैंने कहा तुम ये ना कहीं नहीं कर रही तो साथ मुझे भी रोक रही है। मैंने फिर इसलिए रोका ही।
नहीं नहीं, असल में पहले मैंने सोचा था, फिर मैंने खुद ही कहा कि यार 2 घंटे में क्या पढ़ाएंगे, इससे अच्छा मैं खुद
और
5
3
घंटे पढ़
लाख
लूं।
रुपया भी तो ले रहे हैं, ये भी तो देखो।
3 लाख?
चलो
बहन, 30,000 बात है।
30,000 है नुमाना।
अच्छा मेरे जहन में 3 लाख पता नहीं। अच्छा हाँ वही होगा। मुझे लगा कि चलो फिर भी 30,000 लेती है, 50,000 ये क्या 3 लाख ले रहे हैं।
ये भी 30,000 ही ले रहे हैं रोमाना, 2 महीनों का।
अच्छा फिर इतना ज्यादा तो नहीं है।
लेकिन टिप्स पूरा दिन दे देती थी तकरीबन।
हाँ
ये
गिफ्ट तो
से
पूरे दिन देती थी, ये तो है।
2 घंटे देते हैं।
अच्छा अब हमें ट्रांसक्रिप्ट लेनी है तो हमें जुलाई में लाजमी जाना है?
पता
नुमाना
नहीं।
चुप करके बैठ जा अभी।
तो मुझे तो जब से तैयबा ने बताया मैं तो मुझे तो इतनी टेंशन पड़ गई।
तैयबा की बातों को सीरियस ना लिया।
चलो आज मैं लेक्चर दे रही हूँ तुम सबको। पहले सबकी प्रेजेंट लगेगी, फिर सबको लेक्चर मिलेगा, ठीक है?
जैसे हम मैम को नहीं जवाब देते, तुझे भी नहीं देना।
बड़ी कोई बदतमीज है ऐसा। चलो गुड मॉर्निंग तो बोलो।
ग्रुप में बोला तो है पहले।
हाय सदफ, कैसी हो?
मैं ठीक हूँ, तुम सुनाओ।
मैं भी ठीक। मैंने कहा तुम तो बोली नहीं, चलो मैं ही बुला लूं उसको।
नहीं, मैं ड्रामा देख रही
कौन सा?
थी, ये कोकिला वाला,
कौन से वाला?
हाँ
इंडियन
पूछ लो,
ड्रामा।
फिर बाद में रोना बैठ के कायनात की तरह।
किस चीज के लिए रोना? अच्छा नहीं मैं तो ये तो अब भी लगता है।
ये क्या
हाँ।
अब देख अपने नाम पे आई।
बताओ
फिर रोना
जल्दी।
कायनात।
रोना किस बात में?
अभी तुमने थोड़ी देर पहले तो कहा था। सदफ तो इस मोबाइल पे तो तुम्हारा लेक्चर ज्वाइन हुआ तो फिर देख कैसे रही है?
मैं टीवी पे देख रही हूँ ना।
तो इंडियन चैनल है तुम्हारी तरफ?
हाँ, डिश पे आते हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा
पाकिस्तानी मैं मोबाइल पे देख सकती हूँ,
कैरी ऑन गुड गर्ल।
और इंडियन टीवी ऐसे ही दिन गुजर जाता।
माशाल्लाह।
तुम क्या करती है सारा दिन?
कुछ नहीं, बस लेक्चर के लिए और खाया पिया, हजम किया बस।
ड्रामे नहीं देखती?
नहीं, दिल इतना भर गया।
पढ़ने वाली बच्ची है ना।
हाँ, रात को देखती हूँ
हाँ,
रात
पाकिस्तानी
को
ड्रामे अब
देखती
अच्छे हो गए हैं, मजे के।
हूँ। रात 8 से 10 बजे तक।
एयर वाई पे हमारा तो सिर्फ एयर वाई आता है डिश पे।
नहीं, जियो पे देखते हैं।
जियो के जो ड्रामे है ना वो मैं मोबाइल पे देख लेती हूँ।
जुमाना तुम भी तो
अच्छा।
इंडियन देखती हो, नायरा वाला।
हाँ,
और
वो
नहीं
हमारा भी लगता है,
देखती।
कितना मजे का।
बदतमीज तैयबा, सुधर जा। कहाँ देखती हूँ, टाइम ही नहीं मिलता अब तो।
रिश्ते पे भी लगते हैं।
देखा था मैंने, मेरी आंटी की तरफ था। ये मैम क्यों नहीं आ रही?
मुझे लगता है छुट्टी है।
ऑफलाइन
ये ना
है मैम।
कहेंगे 10 मिनट दिए थे आप लोगों को पढ़ने के लिए, पिछली दफा तो बेइज्जती हो गई।
क्यों बेइज्जती हुई थी? मैम ने कहा था मैंने पहले 10 मिनट पढ़ने के लिए दिए थे।
हाँ, मुझे आया नहीं था ना।
अच्छा, चलो फिर चुप करके पढ़ लो बैठ के।
वो मैं देख लूंगी, जब सुनाना हुआ।
अच्छा, कल कहाँ से देख के सुनाया था?
कल मैम ने सुनी, स्क्रीन थोड़ी स्क्रीन से स्प्लिट की हुई थी।
कहाँ से सर्च की थी, वही तो पूछ रही हूँ।
स्प्लिट स्क्रीन?
मैम नहीं, जो मैम ने कल क्वेश्चन पूछे थे वो कहाँ से देखा था? वो मैम
स्किन
गुलजान वाली स्लाइड्स।
स्किन वाला जो हेल्दी और अनहेल्दी दिया कौन था, वो खुद ही अंदाजे से कि ये अनहेल्दी होगी, हेल्दी होगी, बाकी ऊपर से।
ऊपर से गूगल से?
हाँ,
मुझे
नहीं
तो गूगल ही नहीं
स्लाइड से।
मिल, गूगल
उस
पे आ
वक्त
ही नहीं
गूगल
रहा
नहीं
था।
होता, उस वक्त नहीं हो रहा होता। कल मैडम 2:30 बजे वाली पे मैंने गूगल किया सारा।
मैम गुलजान वाला तो नहीं गूगल कर सकते, सोचो
हाँ,
भी
वो
ना
नहीं
गूगल
होता।
करने।
वो कहने नहीं रही आप लोग 2 दफा कह के गूगल करने जाते हैं।
फिर ये भी कहा था, और मैम कहती मेरी स्लाइड से ही आप लोगों को पता होता है कि मैं यहाँ से क्वेश्चन लेती हूँ, वही याद कर लेते हो ये वो।
हाँ, बुक तो मैंने ली मुझे, यहीं से करना है।
मैम को भी पता
लेकिन
चल
ये
जाता
शुक्र
है।
है, हाँ तो मैम की स्लाइड से ही सारा
नाम
याद
के
किया।
टाइम फौरन पता चल जाता है, जब क्वेश्चन कहते हैं उसमें समझ नहीं आती।
मैम कहती
नहीं
है
तो हम तो नहीं बेईमानी करते, जैसे ही कोई मैम मैम बुलाए हम तो जवाब देते हैं।
ये तो
सुनाते
कोई
वक्त
ही
भी
नहीं है 4 दफा पूछ के
नहीं जी, मैं तो कोई
फिर
नहीं।
तो जवाब
मैम
मिल जाता है।
गुलजान की दफा तो मैम गुलजान की दफा तो बिल्कुल भी ऐसा नहीं करती, उनको तो फौरन फौरन जवाब दिया था मैंने।
उन्हें फौरन ना देती
हैं
फिर वो करती ही
ना,
नहीं है ना 2 दफा बोलने पे।
लेकिन अगर उनको अच्छा सुनाया जाए तो उन्होंने नंबर भी तो अच्छे ही दिए थे।
मेरे तो 4, मुझे 3 बड़े थे, 4 लगा रही है मैडम आ गई।
हेलो मैम।
Guys, can you hear me? How are you?
We are
Fine
fine,
ma'am,
ma'am.
and what about you?
Okay, thank you. Fine. So, guys, did you repeat first 2 topics? Okay, let's start our lesson. Did you repeat first 2 topics? Okay. Okay, let's start. I will ask you now about first lesson and second lesson. After that, we'll continue. So, please, Hafsa Bano, can you turn on your microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Hafsa Bano, what about drugs and its functions?
Ma'am, drugs and its functions.
What is a drug and the functions of the drug? It was our first lesson.
Okay, ma'am.
I will ask just the things that I have explained, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Ma'am, drug is a chemical substance which is used to diagnose disease or treat and prevent a disease.
Mhm. Then,
And the drug we should use must be an ideal, that it must be safe, selective, and effective. Selective mean safe mean it is safe to our body, like no side effect. And
mhm.
selective mean it is easily assessed, it is easily approachable to the affected part of the body.
Okay, and functions?
Function: maximum benefits for the patient and minimum harm for the
No,
patient.
no. Functions of the drug.
Function of the drug: to treat the disease,
Mhm.
prevent it, to prevent it or cure.
Okay, what else?
Mm, to promote well-being, drugs are in many other forms, soft dosage form and in vaccination form.
Okay. What about diagnosis disease?
What, ma'am?
What about diagnosis disease? What kind of drugs we use to diagnose some disease?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we use solid dosage form, semi-solid dosage form, and liquid dosage forms.
No, I'm asking you what kind of drugs we use to diagnose a disease. I have explained you that. Also, I show you a picture with examples. I explained you that. What kind of drugs we use to diagnose a disease? Or you were absent 2 lessons at first 2 lessons?
No, ma'am, I was present, but
Didn't you listen to me?
ma'am, you mean
Mm-hmm.
ma'am ma'am, please explain the question.
What kind of drugs we use to diagnose a disease? Okay, who remember that, guys? Who can answer?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Please.
Ma'am, radiopac agents are drugs used to
Okay,
diagnose.
what is the name of these drugs? Okay, radiopac, barium sulfate. What is the name of these drugs?
Ma'am,
How do we call them?
ma'am, these radiopac agents are drugs used to help to diagnose the certain medical problem,
Mm-hmm.
like iodine.
Mm-hmm. What iodine?
And they contain iodine, ma'am.
Yes. And after
And
that,
ma'am, observe X-rays.
what absorb X-rays?
Ma'am, these they promote, ma'am, being well insulin and salbutamol.
No. What are you talking about? I'm asking you about the drugs that help us to diagnose a disease. Okay, you say radiopac that contain iodine. Okay, what's the general name of these drugs? I have told you that. And how do we use them? How they work? Okay, please, Kainat Fatima, can you tell us?
Ma'am, what you say?
What kind of drugs we use to diagnose a disease? I have explained you that. It's our third week. Why don't you remember? For the first week, I have explained you. Second week, I ask you, again explained you. And now it's third week. And you still don't know that. Guys, you didn't listen to me, yes, when I'm explaining you. Okay.
And some radiopac agents are used to diagnose diseases.
And how they work? How they work?
Ma'am, radiopac drugs basically observe some X-rays or ultrasound rays. So when we do the X-ray or ultrasound ray, they observe that rays and then they expose on the X-ray, like that isohexol or isopamidol, metrazmide.
So what's the general name of this type of drugs?
Radiopac drugs.
Yes, general name of these drugs that used to diagnose a disease.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the general name? Okay, you didn't listen to me. That was contrast agents. Don't you remember? I have also shown you the picture of intestine. I explained you. Who remember that, guys? Okay, now listen. This kind of drugs that we use in diagnosis, they called contrast agents, okay? I explained you this third time. They called contrast agents. So this type of drugs we use before the diagnosis because some part of our organism is not shown in the X-rays. For example, intestine. Intestine is not visible in X-ray because it contains gases, okay? Gases are not visible in X-ray. That's why we should use these contrast agents. How do we use them? Before the diagnosis, this type of drugs mostly in dosage of powders, okay? So we should dissolve them in water, and before the diagnosis, we give them to the patient. Patient should take it orally, and after 2 or 3 hours, when it will reach the intestine, we should take the picture of his intestine, and it will highlight the areas of intestine, the walls of intestine, structure of intestine. We can clearly see this picture, okay? But without that kind of drugs, it will not be visible. Don't you remember I have shown you the picture of intestine? There was white areas. Who remember that picture? Okay, did you understand now? Romana Shahbaz, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others, Aisha, Siddiq, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if I will ask you for the next time this question, if you will not answer me, I will put you 0, okay, guys? I'm not asking you extra information. Again, it's the third week, again, I'm asking you the same things, you can't answer me. Okay, next one, please. Sumaira Sadaf, turn on your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what have you got problems with microphone?
Yes, ma'am. Internet problems. Voice is. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
please tell me what is the drug interaction?
Drug interaction.
Yes.
Ma'am, it is dosage or drug interaction. Ma'am, drug is a chemical system.
What? I'm asking about drug interaction.
Ma'am, ma'am, I don't know.
Why
I
don't
couldn't understand.
All drugs interact.
Ma'am, two drugs interact each other to cure the disease.
did you understand yourself what you have told?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Continue. Then all drugs
Ma'am,
interact.
two drugs interact each other for the for the diagnosis of disease, cure of disease.
Then
And ma'am, ma'am, a part of drug and affects.
Sumar Siddiq, where have you been on the first lesson?
Ma'am, I am present in first lesson.
Then what you have done when I was explaining. All first lesson for 1 hour and 40 minutes, I was explaining your topic. I give you examples. On the second lesson also, I explained myself.
Yes, ma'am.
You even didn't listen to me. Okay, guys, after that, I want to explain nothing. After that, you will read yourself, okay? I want you explain this. I won't give you presentations. You will read all information on yourself, and after that, I will just sit and ask. It's the last week when I won't put you grades. From the next week, I will put you bad grades 0 if you will answer me like that. Okay, if you didn't, even if you didn't listen to me, why didn't you go and look the presentation, and why didn't you prepare it for the today lesson? What's the problem? It's the third week. I am explaining you all information, and I'm asking you just things that I have explained you shortly, briefly, without any extra things. Why didn't you prepare for the lesson?
Sorry, ma'am. I prepare.
Ma'am, our lesson is soft drug dosage. So we'll learn that.
But first lesson was introduction to pharmacology. These very easy questions, these basic questions. You forget first lesson, and for the next week you will forget second lesson. Then why am I explaining you these topics?
Ma'am, you can ask the buccal and sublingual tablet like.
What?
Ma'am, you can ask effervescent tablet, travel capsules.
I'm asking what I want to ask, okay? This also is things that you should know. Okay, Abdullah Khan, please turn on your
Yes,
microphone.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is a drug interaction, please tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Drug interaction is a change in the action or side effects of a drug caused by concomitant administration with a food, a supplement, and other drug, ma'am.
Okay, drug interaction means interaction of the drug between another groups, yes? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
for example, I have explained you, do you remember that if some patients will take two or more than two medication at the same time, they may have harmful interaction between each other. Okay, what can they do to each other? How they can affect to each other?
What, ma'am?
How they can affect to each other? Different types of groups of drugs, how they can affect to each other and cause harmful effect on the body.
Groups, ma'am. Drug interaction.
Okay, drug interaction between different drugs. What
Yes,
can
ma'am.
they do?
Ma'am, three groups, ma'am. First one in interaction of drugs with other drugs,
Mhm.
and and second one interacts with foods, and third one interacts with disease conditions, ma'am.
Okay.
Can drug disease interaction, yes, ma'am.
So what can, how can affect the drugs between each other to each other? What kind of effect they can cause?
Medication to be less or more percent to attended, ma'am, or result in a spelled side effect, ma'am.
Okay, they can increase or decrease functions of each other, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
By that way, they can increase the side effects of each other, or they can decrease the effects of each other. That's why, what is your target? How you can choose this problem of interaction of drugs between each other?
How we choose, ma'am?
I'm asking you how you can choose this problem.
Ma'am, due to recent or correct use for the injection of food or injection of dietary supplements, ma'am.
What else?
Um, for drug to drug interaction.
Okay, how you can choose this problem? By choosing the right group of drugs. You should give to the patient, if he take more than 2 or 3 medication, you should choose the right groups, okay? That doesn't
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any between each other. And
Yes,
you
ma'am.
should do the right dosage to every patient, right type of group, right type of medications, okay? Because
ma'am.
not all the groups of drugs have interaction between each other. So in
Yes, ma'am.
pharmacology, you will learn which kind of groups have bad interaction between each other and which kinds don't have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Apsar Rao, please.
Yes, madam.
Okay. What is the reversibility of drug?
What, madam?
Reversibility of drug. It's also from the first lesson.
Most interaction between a drug and a receptor or between a drug and an enzyme are reversible. The drug disengages and the receptor or enzyme resume normal functions. The interaction between enzyme and drug are reversible.
Continue. Okay, I'm waiting. You also didn't listen to me. Okay. Kainet Fatima, please continue. What is the reversibility of drug? Okay, please, Fatima. Romana Shahbaz, continue, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the reversibility of drug?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, guys. Guys, can you explain me why didn't you listen to me for the first lesson? Okay, what you was doing when I was explaining these things? Just tell me, what have you done? What was you doing when I was
Ma'am,
explaining? Mhm.
ma'am, there is no slide on this topic on Moodle, ma'am. That's why they didn't remember.
There's no slide on the Moodle,
Yes, ma'am.
but you have got WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, after your
No,
lesson,
ma'am.
I immediately sent you the slide, 2 books and syllabus. Also, I sent you second slide in your WhatsApp group. I sent to every group, I have sent the presentations, the books and syllabus for you also. You just didn't open it. Okay, you didn't open, but you were presented on the first lesson. I explained you like for kindergarten children's. Very easily and short I explain. I give you examples.
Madam, your second slide is incomplete.
First slide also I have sent you after your first lesson. Immediately I sent you first slide. I remember that. Okay, even if I didn't send, why didn't you listen for me for the first lesson? You even can't answer the question, what is a drug? Okay, let's continue. What kind of dosage forms you know, Romana Shahbaz? What is the dosage form? What is the dosage forms of the drug?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, soft dosage forms.
No, what is the dosage forms of the drug? General, can you explain me what is the dosage forms of the drug? Any question that I'm asking, you can't answer.
Yes, ma'am. Dosage forms are the means whether.
Yes, ma'am. Dosage forms are pharmaceutical drugs
Yes.
and products in which they are marketed for use with a specific mixture of active ingredients and inactive components.
Okay. And what's the API and excipient?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, API, the means or the form by which drug molecules are delivered to sites of action within the body.
It is dosage forms, means with
Yes.
which delivered to the site. But what is the API?
Ma'am, API is active,
active pharmaceutical ingredients.
Okay, and what does it mean?
Ma'am, is the part of any drug that produce its effects.
Okay.
And ma'am, excipients means do not increase or affect the therapeutic action of an active ingredient.
So why
And
do we use excipient?
Ma'am, inactive ingredients may also be referred to as inert ingredients or excipients and like generally have no pharmacological effects.
Okay, if excipients haven't got any effects, then why do we use them?
Ma'am, examples may of means include building binding materials, dyes, preservatives, and flavoring agents.
Okay, you read it from the presentation. Okay, now explain me with your words. What do you understand about excipient? I've told you that every drug contains of 2 parts. Yes, every
Yes.
every capsule, every drug contains of 2 parts: API and excipient. So,
Yes.
what is excipient? What is excipient?
Ma'am, excipient is a substance formulated the active ingredients of a medication include for the purpose of long-term stabilization.
Okay, for example, chewable tablet. What is the excipient part and API part in chewable tablet?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, chewable tablet. Do you remember chewable tablet in solid dosage forms? Okay, capsule. Do you remember capsule?
Yes, ma'am. Capsules. Ma'am,
Okay.
yes,
What is the
solid
API
unit dosage form.
Okay. What is the API and excipient in capsule?
Ma'am, these are solid unit dosage form.
Yes, I know. And what is the
And that,
API and excipient in capsule?
ma'am, gelatin is excipient in capsule.
So then why do we use this gelatin?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do we use then this gelatin in capsule, for example?
Ma'am, sugar is excipient in chewing tablets.
Sugar. Why do we
Yes.
add the sugar?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do we add the sugar?
Why do we
Add the sugar to chewable tablet?
Ma'am, because the taste is good.
Okay. What else? Excipient in chewable tablet. Romana Shahbaz, now look, you didn't understand what's API and excipient. API, as you told, it's active ingredient, okay? It's a
Yes,
drug
ma'am.
itself. It's a drug itself. It's chemical compound that will go to our blood and will produce its effect, okay? Like treating, diagnosing, or etc. Or prevent disease. This is a part of drug that produce effects. And excipient is the part of drug that help us to make the form of drug, okay? It can be any painting, any covered shells, any ingredients that gave tastes to our drugs, okay? For example, chewable tablet. Chewable tablet have different colors, as you remember, like vitamins. Do you remember? Vitamins have different colors. Why do we use here these colors like yellow, green, purple to make our tablets more prettier, or for example, for children, it will be pretty, okay? They can easily take them. That's why we can add the excipients like paintings. So these paintings also excipients. They will not okay? They will not cause any therapeutical, pharmaceutical effect. They will just help us to make the form of drug, its appearance, okay? And after going to, when we take this drug, these excipient parts will not have any function, any effect on the body. They will just dissolve in stomach juice and will be excreted. Sugar, yes, sugar is also excipient. We add sugar because most of tablets have bad taste. That's why sometimes we can add sugar to make the sweet taste. But this sugar also will not cause any therapeutical effect on the body. It's also excipient. In capsules, capsules have coverage, like gelatinous or plastic coverage. This coverage help us to form the drug, because inside of this capsule, it includes API, active ingredients. But sometimes it can be hard for a person to take these drugs without in form of powder. It can be hard because they have very sour, bad taste. That's why we put this API part into the capsules. And capsules they can easily take. They can easily drink these capsules. So capsules is also excipient. This covered shell will not cause any effect on the body, and they are excipients in capsules. For example, pills. Pills doesn't have capsule, but they have shell. Do you remember? Guys, do you know what the pills?
Pills, ma'am?
Pills.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pills are smaller than drugs. They have shell. Do you know?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these pills, they also have different colors. This also excipient part, okay? This shell and paintings is also excipient part. But most, any kind of excipient can be used in drugs, okay? But the main thing in every drug is API, active pharmaceutical component. Okay, that was about in solid dosage forms. That's kind of excipients we have. And please, Sumaira Sadaf,
Yes, ma'am.
what kind of excipients we use in soft dosage forms? Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What are they?
Excipients, ma'am. Ma'am, in tablets, we
No,
use
soft dosage forms, please. In soft dosage forms.
ma'am, dyes, preservatives, flavoring agents, setting agents, sweetening agents.
In soft dosage forms. What is
Ma'am,
soft dosage forms?
yes, ma'am.
What is the soft dosage forms?
Ma'am, talcum, oxidum,
Soft dosage form? Talcum form?
ma'am, talcum,
Sumaira Sadaf,
oxidants,
questions.
annulus, vaseline.
Sumaira Sadaf, I will now zero. You understand my question? What is the soft dosage forms?
Ma'am,
Okay, what is the soft dosage forms? There was just 3 type of drugs. Okay, Sumaira Sadaf, I will put you zero for today. Please continue. Hafsa Bano. Hafsa Bano, please. Can you
Yes,
turn?
ma'am.
Okay. What kind of soft dosage forms you remember?
Ma'am, soft dosage form are ointment, plasters,
And
and suppositories.
yes, these 3 main things: suppositories, pastas, and ointments. Okay. Do you understand what is the API and excipient?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
In
So
pastor, yes,
in
ma'am.
ointments, what is the API and excipient?
Ma'am, in ointments, vaselinum and lanolinum
Yes.
is
Some types of
excipient, and
Mhm.
paraffin and some kind of oils are
Yes.
API.
In pastas,
In pastor, talcum and aluminum are excipients.
not aluminum, amylum. Okay.
Aluminum, okay, ma'am.
Mhm.
And
And
synchrome oxidum also.
oxidum. Okay. Another question. What's the classification of dosage forms?
Ma'am, classification.
Yes, classification of dosage forms. Again, from the first lesson.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Ma'am, they may be in soft dosage form or solid dosage forms, and in solid dosage form there are
No, just classification of the dosage forms. It was
Okay, ma'am.
divided.
Yes, ma'am. They are based on route of administration and physical form.
In route of administration, what kind of routes, you know?
Ma'am, it may be oral, rectal, vagina, respiratory, or transdermal, or topical also.
Intramuscular.
And yes, ma'am.
And second one?
And physical form is solid, semi-solid, or liquid form, or gases may also.
So gaseous form. Okay. Tayyiba Sajid, please. Turn on your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Tayyiba Sajid, please. What do you remember about solid dosage forms? Can you, there was nearly 10 type of drugs in solid dosage forms. Just tell me what kind of forms. Tablet.
Examples?
Yes, tablet. Then?
Tablet, capsules, pills, pastils, oral granules, dental tones, powders, etc.
What is the transdermal patches?
Ma'am, transdermal patches, they are put on the skin and produce a systemic effect. Drug absorbs through the skin and then goes into systemic circulation.
Yes, it will automatically be given, yes, to the blood. Okay. Next question. What is a prescription?
Prescription is an instruction to a pharmacist given by doctor, written by doctor, and to specify a specific quantity of drug to be given to a patient.
Written by doctor for again?
Yes, ma'am.
Instruction that written by a doctor for whom?
I'm pharmacist.
Yeah, and also?
Instruction written by doctor to pharmacist or patient, but pharmacist gives that drugs prescribed by the doctor to patient.
Okay, it means that our prescription is written for the pharmacist and for the patient. Yes, it contains parts for the pharmacist, first part, and second part. There's information for patient. Yes, how he take, how often, how long. Okay, then did you learn terminology for prescription?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what does it mean, for example, mix?
Ma'am, mix, M-I-S-C, miss.
Yes, can you tell me full word?
Capital M we use for it.
Okay, capital letters, but full word? Mix is?
Miss.
Miss Sam.
Yes,
okay. Okay. Else, Abtarro. Okay, Baria Hassan, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you
Yes,
remember?
madam. Okay.
1 minute, wait, Abtarro. Baria Hassan, what is the pastas?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the pastas or pastes from the soft dosage forms?
Pastas is a semi-solid is semi-solid and less greasy and less penetrating than ointment and less eating, and it's apply on the skin for and it is a protective barrier.
Okay, protective barrier. What's the difference between the ointment and pastas then?
Ointment is a semi-solid and pastas is also semi-solid, but in pastas it has a lot of solid.
Yes, it has more than 25% 50% of solid units. Okay, so what we should add there? What kind of excipient we should add to pastas to to have bigger density?
Talcum.
Yes. What else?
My
Amylum. Amylum.
What, ma'am?
Amylum.
Amylum.
And
And that's it.
why are you laughing? Third ingredient, okay. You
Yes,
don't, you didn't remember or you can't read?
Ma'am, actually, I remember only two talcum and
Cincum,
amylum.
cincum,
What, ma'am?
cincum oxidum.
Talcum oxidum.
Cincum oxidum, yes. Okay, another question for you, Baria Hassan. What do you remember from the first lesson about what kind of drugs we used to prevent disease?
What kind of drugs? It should be predictable.
No, for the preventing. For the preventing disease, to prevent disease.
Dosage form.
No. What kind of drugs we use to prevent disease?
Vaccines.
Yes, vaccines.
Antibodies.
Yes, vaccines. Okay.
Antibiotics.
What is the lozenge?
What, ma'am?
What is the lozenge?
Lozenge. Tablet for throats.
Yes, tablets for throat. Okay. Can you give me example? What kind of lozenge you have used in your life?
Example. Cough tablets.
Cough tablets. Okay.
And
What's the difference between lozenge and tablet?
what, ma'am?
Difference between lozenge and tablet.
Lozenge dissolves slowly.
Lozenge, we don't take them. We just put it in our mouth, and it should be melted there. Okay.
Taste difference.
Yes, but tablets we should take orally. Okay. Okay. Absarraó, please. Okay. Absarraó, what is the suppository?
What, madam?
What is the suppository? Also from soft dosage forms.
No, madam. I don't know. Another question, please.
What type of soft dosage forms you know?
It may be ointment, paste, plasters, or maybe liniments.
Okay, liniments. Okay. So also there was suppositories. Didn't you read
Yes.
presentation? Okay, didn't you read presentation? There is written
Yes.
what suppositories. I explained to you what the suppositories. So answer, please.
It is a small solid medicated mass
Mm-hmm.
that is inserted into rectum,
Mm-hmm.
vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, its function is to melt the body temperature, and it
Okay.
melt at body temperature.
Okay. Do you understand what does it mean? Yes or no?
Uh,
After all, are you sleeping? Do you
no,
understand?
madam.
Okay, no. So now look, it's a type of drugs. It's a type of drugs that
Yes,
the mechanism that they should be inserted into the rectum or into the vagina, and after that, at the body temperature, they will melt. They
yes,
will melt and be absorbed into the blood. Okay. After that, they
yes,
will absorb it into the blood, and in the blood, the APIs of these drugs will start to produce effects. Okay.
yes,
Okay, now look, if you take some drug orally, also, firstly, it will go to GI tract, after that, it will be absorbed into the blood, and again, it
yes.
will
It
effect.
react with enzymes, and then
Here, at the end, it will, here also, it will go to the blood and start to produce effects.
yes, madam.
Okay, there's no difference, but why do we use such kind of drugs? Because sometimes little children, for example, can take some drugs orally. That's why
So
we use this type of drugs that should be inserted to the rectum, okay? Like, for
yes, madam.
example, paracetamol to lower the body temperature, like that drugs, okay? After that, on the next, you will learn how they should used orally or to the rectum or intravenous and etc. But for now, do you understand the meaning of suppository?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, what can you tell me about? Did you learn for the Latin terminology?
Yes, madam.
Okay, what does it mean? Give out.
Give out mean dental.
Okay, denture. What does it mean? Um, what does it mean? What does it mean? Give such doses.
A dental tablet. Dental tails doses.
Okay. Now, guys. Okay, I have asked all questions. Okay, guys, please
Thank you, ma'am.
from this lesson. After that, listen to me when I'm explaining you, okay? Because I will not ask you any other information, just the things that I have explained to you. For the next lesson, write please. Your task is to read about pharmacokinetics, liquid dosage, pharmacokinetics, and liquid dosage forms. Do you understand?
Ma'am, please write here in chat.
Liquid dosage forms and pharmacokinetics. Guys, did you understand?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Liquid dosage form and pharmacokinesis.
Pharmacokinetics.
Pharmacokinetics.
Yes, pharmacokinetics or pharmacokinetics. For the next lesson, you should read on your own self. Maybe like that, you will be better prepared. I will look.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, okay, please send slides, ma'am.
No, I won't send you slides because you didn't read slides. I will see next time how will
No,
you
ma'am.
will be prepared
We are
and I will
ma'am.
my slide. No, I won't send you slide because today
Sorry,
I'm
ma'am.
very sad with your group today. Next time, you should prepare on your own self. Firstly, I will ask you,
Okay, ma'am.
then I will try to explain it shortly. Okay, now please tell me where we have stopped on prescriptions. What is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
last prescription that we have
Ma'am,
wrote?
lozenges.
Lozenges.
Okay, lozenges. Now we will One moment, I will share with you screen. Everybody have lozenges? Everybody write prescriptions? Taiba Sajid, please read me last prescription that you have wrote.
I'm just a minute.
Read me from your notebook last prescription that you have wrote.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, powder for internal usage, separated simple. Give out tell powder that contain 1 milligram of phenobarbital.
That was last prescription that you have wrote?
They were tablets.
Tablets.
But
Give out.
okay,
Yes, ma'am.
group mates told me that it was lozenges. Didn't you write? Okay, read me
Ma'am,
lozenge.
lozenges are not right. Ma'am,
Ma'am,
you are.
lozenge. Ma'am, we
Because
today we
but
have
we
to
didn't
write.
Start the lozenge.
Okay,
Ma'am, last
okay.
time.
Last was
Last-
tablet with commercial or brand name. Last prescription was that.
Okay, read me then last
Commercial-
prescription.
Okay, ma'am. Tablets with commercial or brand name.
Hmm.
Give out 50 tablets called Tabix
Mm-hmm.
and RP receive Tabix N50
Okay.
DS take by 1 tab per day.
Okay. Now we will start then lozenge. Lozenge have very easy prescription. There just one example. 1 minute. We should wait when our screen will be shared.
क्या हुआ है अब इसकी चुप कर गई है
मैम कह रही हैं कि मैंने काम लिखवाना है आपको तो
स्क्रीन शेयर करवानी.
Guys, wait, please. Screen not sharing. 1 minute.
मैम you are not host.
Yes, I'm not host. That's why we should wait when they will be host.
Ma'am raise hand that the host will make you host.
Okay, I am waiting when department will make me host.
Raise your hand.
Okay. Can you see screen now, guys?
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, our
Yes.
homework is pharmacokinetics. Okay.
Yes, and solid and liquid forms. Okay,
Dosage
can you
form.
see screen
Okay,
now?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, please. Lozenges. Okay. Example, give out 20 lozenges. Give out 20 lozenges. Do you understand your homework? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right now, please. Give out 20 lozenges that contain by 1 milligram of indomethacin. Okay. How we should write here? With which word I should begin my prescription?
RP.
Ma'am, RP.
Yes, RP. Then I should write active ingredient. Active ingredient here is indomethacin, but as you remember, we should change the ending to I. Indomethacin, 1 milligram. How should I write 1 milligram?
0.1.
Yes, 0.1. Okay. After that, what I should do? I should give out the such doses by 1 milligram in every lozenge. Every of 20 lozenge should contain by 1 milligram. That means give such doses. Your doses. Talis means such, as you remember. That's why DTD number 20. I should give 20 lozenges, and every lozenge should contain by 1 milligram of indomethacin. And guys, are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
And S, explanation for the patient.
Yes, ma'am.
By 1 explanation, take by 1 lozenge. Take by 1 lozenge 2 times per day. Okay. 10 days. Okay. After that, we should close our prescription. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that was about lozenges. Now let's continue with soft dosage form. We have finished prescription for solid dosage forms. Now prescriptions soft dosage forms. Soft dosage forms, and first one is ointments. Okay, ointments is also divided into the simple and in compound ointments. What do you remember? What is the simple and what the compound means?
Simple has one
Ma'am,
component and compound has more than two. Two or more than two.
Yes, it means it contains just one active ingredient, okay? Just one API. And compound means more than one API. Okay, simple. Our task is give out. It's a problem. Give out 20 grams of ointment that contain 0.5% of prednisolone. Okay. Now look again, guys. We don't know how much grams of prednisolone there should be added, but we know that it is 0.5%. Our total mass of our ointment should be equal to 20 grams. That's why total mass of our ointment 20 grams. We can imagine that it will be 100%. And in this 20 grams, how much grams of prednisolone should be added? We don't know X. It is X, but we know that it is 0.5%. Okay, let's solve this ratio. X is equal to 20 multiplied by 0.5 divided by 100. Okay, it will be equal to 0.1 grams. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, does everybody understand? Who have got questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's continue. Now we should write this information in prescription. RP. First is active ingredient. Prednisolone 0.1. Then, as you remember, ointments contain of two parts, API plus excipient. What kind of excipient contain ointments?
Ma'am, vaselinum,
Yes, vaselinum, part of or lanolin.
paraffin.
Mostly we use vaselinum, okay? That's why we should add here vaselinum, because prednisolone is active form. It has got solid form, okay? But we can't apply solid form on the skin. That's why we should mix it with vaselinum. Vaseline. How much grams of vaseline we should add? 20 minus 0.1. 90.9. And we have these two ingredients. What we should do with them? Mix, okay, mix. And after mixing, we should make fiat. Do you remember this word fiat? Fiat means make. MF. What we should make? We should make ointment. Ointment in Latin language will be unguentum. Write please to terminology. Unguentum. It means ointment. But we write just short one. UNG. Okay, our ointment is ready. What we should do then? We should give to the patient and explain as Signa explain. Apply over the injury, for example, and etc. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That was about simple ointment. Second one is compound. Okay, our example is give out 10 grams of ointment that contain 1% of prednisolone. 1% of prednisolone and 2% of diphenhydramine hydrochloridum. Very, very long name. Okay, two ingredients. Again, RP. Firstly, we should write our, okay, now look again. We don't know how much grams of prednisolone should be added, how much grams of diphenhydramine. That's why, firstly, we should solve how much grams of each ingredient we should add. Again, our total mass is 10 grams. We can take it like 100%. First ingredient, prednisolone, is X grams. We don't know how much grams of prednisolone, but we know that it is 1%. Okay, now let's solve this ratio. X is equal to 10 multiplied by 1 and divide by 100. It will be 0.1. 0.1 grams of prednisolone. Okay. Next one, diphenhydramine hydrochloride. Again, 10 grams. It's 100%. And X, diphenhydramine hydrochloride, is X, but we know that it is 2%. Let's solve this again. X is equal to 10 multiplied by 2 divided by 100 equal to 0.2. Okay. Now let's write prescription. RP. First ingredient is prednisolone. It's 0.1. Second ingredient is diphenhydramine hydrochloride. Guys, are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything?
Yes.
Okay. Diphenhydramine hydrochloride is 0.2. And also what I should add, always in ointment, I should add guys, what I should add?
Vaseline.
Now,
Ma'am, excipient.
yes, excipient. Vaseline again. Vaseline. How much grams of Vaseline I should add?
0.7.
Ma'am, it is 9
What?
point,
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
9.7.
9.7.
9.7 gram.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And then what I should do? I should mix. Yes. Make.
Yes, ma'am.
What I should mix and make?
MF.
Then
M.
mix and make what?
Unguentum.
Yes.
Unguentum.
Unguentum. After that, I should give out and explain. This type of ointment we should apply in the nose, okay? Apply into the nose. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will give you one task. Write please yourself. Write please yourself and then you will read me. For example, give out one more example about compound ointment. Give out 30 grams of ointment that contain 5 milligrams of procainum and 6 milligrams of tanninum. Okay, guys, write please prescription. Is 5 minutes will be enough for you? Guys, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, more
Okay,
than
right.
5.
What?
Ma'am, more
More than
than
5?
5 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, 6 minutes. Who will finish? Tell me, okay, that you finished. Okay, guys, did you finish?
No, ma'am.
Who wants to read me?
Yes, ma'am, I completed it.
Okay, read me, please.
Ma'am, recipe pro canai
Okay.
0.5.
Read 1 minute. You should wait. I will write. Okay, RP, then
Procanai
Procaini. Okay.
0.5.
Okay. Then
Tannini
Tanini. Mhm.
it is ma'am the 0.6.
Okay.
Then vaseline
Mm-hmm.
vaseline it is ma'am 28.9.
28.9.
0.9.
Okay.
Then ma'am mix mf ung
Mm-hmm.
augmentin. Then ma'am give and explain.
Okay. And here's
But ma'am,
explanation.
Apply
Don't need to change the
the
milligram into
rash.
gram.
It's also in what? Ask please.
Apply into the nose.
Uh, Someone asked some question. Repeat, please.
No,
Does
Yes, ma'am.
everybody like that?
ma'am, we don't need to change the milligram into gram or use it.
No, we don't
Yes,
need
yes.
because we have already write it. And also, guys, you can write here. For example, you can write here also 30 grams. Okay, you can write here also 30 grams. Because Vaseline will not cause any bad effect. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
there won't be any problem if Vaseline will be more. Okay, if it's hard for you to count this, you can write here just Vaseline 30, or here also you can write just 10. It won't be any problem if you will add more Vaseline. Okay, here also you can add not 90.9, you can add also 20. Okay, just this amount you can add. It won't be any problem. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Or if you want, you can make the counting and write 0.10, 10.9, like that. Okay, it won't be any problem. Okay,
Okay.
that was about
Okay, ma'am.
ointments. Okay, do you understand for today everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's write one more example about ointment and we will finish for today. Give out 20 grams of ointment that contain 5% of resorcinum and excipient, this excipient, not experiment, excipient should be lanolinum equal to vaselinum. That means we should add also lanolinum and also vaselinum, 50% of lanolinum and 50% of vaselinum. Okay, how we should write here again? Okay, firstly we should make our ratio. We know the total mass is 20 grams and it's 100%. But X, resorcinum is X grams, but we know that it's 5%. And equal to 20 multiplied by 5 divided by 100. It will be 1.0. Okay, now let's write RP resorcini is 1.0. Next one, our lanolinum and vaselinum should be the same. Okay, that's why let's
Yes,
write
ma'am.
lanolini. Next one should be vaseline. They have the same mass, okay? That's why we can write just once like that. 1 minute. Vaseline. AA means equal, okay? AD.
Okay, ma'am.
How much grams of vaseline and lanolin should be? By 10 grams. Totally, it will be 20.0, okay? After that, we should mix and make UNG. And denture signal. Do you understand, guys, how we should write when this lanolin? Or you also can write like that. Lanolin 10.0 and vaseline 10.0. Okay, this without writing this part. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Or you can write like that. It will be shorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So guys, have you got any questions about today prescriptions?
No, ma'am.
Have you finished it? Can I close this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you understand for the next lesson your task?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Adilia Sif, why you was absent at the beginning of the lesson?
Ma'am, my mobile was charging. There is no charging in my mobile.
Okay, for the next lesson, you should repeat about solid dosage forms, soft dosage forms, and
Yes, ma'am.
for your own self.
Liquid dosage forms.
Yes, and for your own, you
Syrup.
should read.
Ma'am, our homework is
Yes,
Ma'am, our homework is liquid dosage form and pharmaco.
I will write now in chat pharmacokinetics. First one is pharmacokinetics and liquid dosage forms.
Okay, ma'am.
Liquid dosage forms, but also solid dosage forms and soft dosage forms, you should repeat, okay? Do you understand me?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, what question? Do you have questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. For the next lesson, please be ready.
Okay, ma'am.
Today, I won't put you any bad marks.
Okay, ma'am.
From the next week, guys, I will put you 0 if you will be ready like today. Okay, if you won't be ready.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. See you next
Okay,
week.
ma'am.
See you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, ma'am. See you.
Okay, ma'am.
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.